And we are back on the water, and as promised, we're going to talk with Matt now a little bit about the Port Royal Sound Foundation and a great tournament they have coming up. And actually, the last time Grant and I did a show on the water, we went to the Port Royal Sound Foundation and saw all about that. But talk to us a little bit about this event that you have coming up and how it got started.
Yeah, so Jody Hayward with the Port Royal Sound Foundation was looking to do a fishing tournament instead of their traditional golf tournament. And so they were hooked up with me at South Carolina DNR to try to decide how can we do a tournament that raises money, helps out the Port Royal Sound Foundation, but also collects data that is important to us at SCDNR.
Okay.
And so I've been involved with some folks that use new technology, some of these apps to collect data directly from fishermen and understand more about fisheries. We wanted to test one of these in the Southeast. They've done a lot of them in Canada and on the West Coast and the Great Lakes, but we haven't done one of these tournaments in the Southeast. And so we put those two groups together. They're collecting tons of data. That data comes to us, and it's a really great way for them to have their tournament. But we also get a lot of information about what anglers are catching out there on the Port Royal Sound estuary.
Yeah, well, it sounds like a perfect partnership, first of all, and it also sounds like the perfect way for the foundation to raise funds. I mean, they obviously are dealing with fish and the marine life all the time, so yeah. What a great idea. So when is the tournament? What is involved in the tournament, and how does somebody get signed up if they would like to try and win?
Yeah, so it's going to run for 10 days at the beginning of October, and the idea is you use a fishing app, and that app, every fish that you catch, and I mean every fish from 5 inches to 45 inches, you're going to take those fish, you measure them on a board, you take a picture of it, it loads into that app. And so the idea is that we get a full picture of everything that's being caught out there on the water with pictures to go along with it, measurements, everything.
Okay, so you can be anywhere, really.
Yeah.
You don't have to be at the foundation.
Not at the foundation, it'll be all within the sort of those Beaufort County waters, all the way from about St. Helena Sound down through Kaple Sound.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And so after that 10-day period, you're going to kind of have who caught the most, who caught the biggest, or different categories maybe? Yeah,
there's lots of different categories. There's some big fish categories, there's some smallest fish categories. They do some really interesting things to try to incentivize folks to measure every fish out there. So there are things like hidden sizes. You don't know what it is on the given day, but if you measure in a 16.5-inch fish, you may win that category.
Okay.
So everything's designed to not just look for the biggest fish out there, but let's see the whole picture of what we're seeing out there on the estuary.
Yeah, well, very cool. It sounds like a great idea. And so if people want to get more information on it, head to the Port Royal Sound Foundation website?
Exactly.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Matt.
Yeah.
Well, we are back on dry land, and we are in the process of unloading the boat and our bounty of fish that we caught today, Matt. And so let's talk a little bit about it, because you shared with me when we were out on the boat that there are obviously regulations as to how many you can catch per person, what you have to release, when the seasons are. And so you're an expert on that, and Grant pretty much knows what he's doing. But if somebody doesn't know, how can they keep up with those things?
So, great question. Yes, if you are bottom fishing, if you're fishing for anything, knowing the regulations is absolutely important.
Yeah.
You don't want to get caught with a fish that's out of season or oversized or anything in your boat.
Or too small. We had one that was too small today.
Exactly. So we recommend that folks use the Fish Rules app.
Okay.
You can go to fishrulesApp.com to get that. We partner with them. We make sure that at least in state waters, our regulations, South Carolina regulations, are updated. We work with our federal partners and they keep them updated out in federal waters. So Fish Rules app's a great way to do it. You put on the app in the morning, you make sure that it is ready to go, and you can still get that when you're 30, 40, 50 miles offshore. You don't need cell service to actually access the app there.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, thank you. That was great advice. And thank you for sharing your day with us. We really appreciate it.
Really enjoyed it.
Thanks for going on this adventure.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We are here to wrap up the day with Grant Kaple. And so, Grant, we had a pretty great day on the water today. First of all, the day couldn't have been any more beautiful and the water couldn't have been any more still.
Yeah, so we were in Lake Atlantic today. I mean, there was no swells. We were able to put together a pretty good box of fish.
We really were. Tell us a little bit about it. It's right here. So what did we catch today?
Well, so we caught our target species, which was grouper and vermilion snapper and trigger.
Yeah.
Caught some other things. We caught a black sea bass. Caught a short cobia that we weren't able to keep, but we did tag.
Yep.
Caught some red snapper. In fact, the one red snapper that everyone's going to pick at you about that almost ripped the rod out of your hand. So we got that. Caught some smaller fish, some tom-toms, some pinfish, just a variety of stuff. Just always something coming over the side.
Yeah, well, it was really fun. I mean, like you said, you kind of dropped it in, at least, especially at the beginning, dropped it in and we were pulling them out. So it was a great day on the water. Tell us, just wrap up a little bit about the boat and how great it did today.
It did do well. I do like the size of the boat, 33 for where we went. We were 60 miles offshore. Obviously a beautiful day, and you could have taken any size boat out there and been fine. Today we were able to actually, we were averaging probably 32, 33 miles an hour on the open ocean, which is not norm, but today it was easy. So no one fell asleep while I was driving, so I thought that was good.
Including you,
That's
which
right.
is a bonus, right?
We missed other boats, all good.
Yeah, it was all good. Well, it was a great excursion. As always, it's so much fun to be with you, and thank you for this edition of On the Water. And we'll see you next time.